Before I get started with today's video, I ask you please to share this video or any other of my videos that you enjoy to any of your friends or anybody you think might get something out of them. See? Because YouTube is throttling my channel. Now, throttling a channel means that YouTube is not showing my content to other prospective viewers. And because of that, what it means is that, see, only the people who are already subscribed to my channel are watching my content. And so little by little, my channel is shrinking. And this is a way for YouTube to kill off my channel. And it's not personal to me. I'm just part of the deplorables, part of the, the people who don't buy into the mainstream bullshit, yeah? I'm not one of their favorite creators or some shit like that. I'm not towing their ideological line. And so because of that, they are throttling my channel. New viewers aren't coming my way. So I'm asking you, please, I'd ask you to share my video with whomever you think would enjoy it. Okay? This video or any other one of my videos. And yeah, hopefully this will bring in new viewers to my channel because, you know, the way things are going, you know, my channel doesn't even appear as the top search result on Google. Yeah, go to google.com. At least whenever I go, or people I know who I've asked to do this, they Google my name, Coach Red Pill. And my channel is not the #1 choice, you know. I mean, they're trying to kill off my channel, the motherfuckers. But, well, you know, you got to work with what you got. And this is the situation I have, so please, I implore you, I ask you. Thank you. Now, here's the video. In some video I did actually kind of recently, I mentioned how one time, a few years ago, out of just boredom and stupidity, I watched every single episode of House over like a week-long period. Yeah. And in one of those episodes, there's this one character. He was like a Jewish doctor. I mean, avowedly Jewish, right? And they were talking about his sex life. You know, the doctors in the show and what have you. And there was a scene, right? And the Jewish doctor was being told that you know, he had sex with some girl. And the Jewish doctor said, well, you know, Shiksas are for practice. Yeah, if you don't know what Shiksa means, Shiksa is I think it's a Hebrew or Yiddish word for a non-Jewish woman. And it's derogatory, okay? It's basically, you know, shitting on this woman just because she's not Jewish. But be that as it may, the point that the doctor was making was actually a valid one. Yeah, a very valid one. Because you see, this doctor, he was a Jewish doctor. He only intended to have children with a Jewish woman. Yeah? And that was his sine qua non condition. And so because of it, he viewed every non-Jewish woman, i.e. every shiksa, as practice. And this is fucking wise. Yeah, see, because the guy realized that every woman he dated who was not Jewish, well, she didn't count. She was practice. Yeah, Shiksas are for practice. That was his motto. And so because of this, he could experiment with these women with whom he knew for a fact he was never going to have any kind of long-term relationship with. He could experiment insofar as, you know, everything from the sexual experimentation all the way to, you know, how he interacted with them. How he interacted with them in any situation, right? It was just, you know, a test case. It didn't matter because Shiksas are for practice. You should do the same. You should do exactly the same. You should be thinking to yourself, okay, at some point in my life, I want to have a serious relationship with a woman and have children with her. That's my eventual goal because I do want to have children. I do want to reproduce because, as I've told you countless times, children give us enormous satisfaction and they give us a reason to live. And it's certainly been my case. And every guy who has children, he'll tell you the exact same thing, okay? The amount of love and tenderness that you will give your children, it will surprise you. And then the depth of emotion that your children will elicit in you will surprise you, okay? And of course you want to have children. So the issue becomes, of course, with who do you want to have children? Or with whom do you want to have children? And here comes the issue of shiksas are for practice. See, on the TV show, the guy was Jewish, so he knew that he was only going to have a family, get married and have kids with a woman who was Jewish. So every non-Jewish girl automatically was not a serious contender for a long-term relationship. You should do the same. I.e., you should think to yourself, what is the kind of woman that you see yourself having a family with? That kind of woman is the one that you're aiming for. And every other kind of woman is just for practice. You're just fooling around. Say you meet a crazy chick. She's practice. Say you meet a girl with tattoos, she's practice. Say you meet a girl with whatever quality that automatically tells you that she's fucked up and that she is not a long-term prospect, she's practice. Think of it in those terms. Don't think that every woman you're going to meet is the potential mother of your child, the potential love of your life. Fuck that shit. Recognize that most of the women that you're going to be dealing with in your life, that you're going to be seeing, sleeping with, dating, what have you, they're just for practice. Most of them, okay? Even the ones you live with, there are going to be girls that you are living with her for a while, for 6 months, even a year, but you know that she's not the long-term permanent one. You know that she's not the one that you're going to buy a house with. You know that she's not the one who you want being the mother of your children. For whatever reason, whatever reasonable, logical, sensible reason that you've decided, yeah, well, treat her like that. Relax about it. Don't put pressure on yourself. I mean, that's really the point I'm trying to make in this video. Don't put unneeded pressure on yourself. Don't think that every girl that you meet is automatically the future mother of your children. No, shiksas are for practice. Girls who do not fulfill the important things that you require in a woman are just for fun. And by adopting this philosophy, you will be so much more relaxed. Because frankly, it's a philosophy that I've adopted. And it's led, I can see directly how it's led to sexual success. Yeah, because with girls that I knew for a fact I would never have any kind of long-term serious relationship with, not only was I more relaxed, I was more successful because I didn't care. That's the point, see? Caring ruins relationships with women, yeah, especially in the early stages. You care too much. You're too desperate. You want it to work. And that desperation leads to being needy, being overbearing, just being annoying. And it scares off the girl and she doesn't want to be with you, right? But if you internalize the notion that the girl you're seeing is just for practice, and if you fuck it up, it doesn't matter, you're going to be relaxed. You're going to have a good time. You're going to see women and relationships with women not as this fucking weight, but rather as something fun, because it's supposed to be fun. See, guys who are sexually successful, guys who have a lot of options, they know this instinctively precisely because they have a lot of options, okay? Because when you have, say some guy is very attractive, or some guy has a big personality, and either one attracts women, different kinds of women, by the way, but attracts them nevertheless, right? Guys who are very good looking, or guys who have a very big personality, they attract the women, they attract a lot of women. And so they have their pick, okay? So the top 20% of men, they don't have to worry about this shit. They know it instinctively because a lot of women are coming at them because they are at the top of the sexual hierarchy. And so these guys have a lot of options, and so they're like, this girl is a shiksa, this girl is a shiksa, this girl, maybe I marry her, but this one is a shiksa, and that one's a shiksa, and that for sure is a shiksa. And you see my point. They treat the shiksas for practice, and they're relaxed and have a good time about it, and they're flirty and fun, and because of this, they gain valuable experience so that when they eventually stumble across the nice Jewish girl, right, the nice girl that potentially they want to have a family with, right, they have so much experience that they're relaxed, they know how to handle the situation, they don't freak out. You see how valuable it is to internalize this lesson? It's especially valuable for guys who are middling, okay? Guys who are, not total incels, not guys who are never going to get fucking laid no matter what they do unless they pay a hooker a lot of fucking money to bang them, yeah? No, those guys at the very bottom, they're kind of fucked, right? But the middle guys, the guys who are below that top tier of the 20%ers, but above the perennial incels at the bottom, say 30%, right? That middle group, those are the guys who fuck up. They fuck up because they're desperate. They fuck up because they're desperate, they're anxious, they want to succeed. Which is understandable because they recognize, if only at an intuitive level, that they are middling. They are not a girl's first choice, okay? And so they find it very, very hard to adopt this mentality that, that shiksas are for practice. They think that every girl who crosses their path is a potential future mother of their children. Okay? And that lack of discrimination, paradoxically, makes them less attractive to women because women instinctively senses when a guy is not taking them very seriously. There's something about the guy's attitude and the woman's perception of that attitude that she knows right away when a guy is like just fooling around with her but has no intention of having anything serious with her. She knows, every woman senses when a guy thinks that she's a shiksa and that he is not ever going to be serious about her. And that girl wants that guy more. Yeah, because it's the nature of women. Yeah, they want what they can't get. Well, it's the nature of human beings. We all want what we can't get. You tell me that, I can't get a pen with fucking blue ink, I'm going to desperately crave it, right? It's going to be the one thing I want in my life. I want a pen that has blue ink, God damn it. If you tell me that I can't have it, I'll move heaven and earth to get the fucking pen with the blue ink. You see what I'm saying? It's an absurd example, but it's true because that's how people are. People have always been this way. We want that which we cannot get. Okay? And so when a girl senses that you have discounted her, she's going to want to be with you very badly. She's going to move heaven and earth to be with you. Oh yeah. And how do I know? Because I've experienced it. I've told you about crazy girls, right? That I had 2 opportunities with crazy girls. I mean, in the sense of like having an actual relationship. I did a video about it. You can find it right here. Anyway, in that video, I talked about the fact that I had 2 fucking, oh God, they were so fucking crazy. But anyway, the thing is, see, after that, when I realized that crazy girls, man, you wanted to avoid them at all costs, right? And that, they were fun for a weekend, but that was it, right? Well, the thing is, paradoxically, I've become a crazy girl magnet precisely because they know that as soon as I realize that they're crazy, I just categorize them as shiksas. Shiksas that I am not going to mess with. I'll have a good time with them, but I'm not going to take them seriously. They sense that. And it drives them up the fucking wall. Yeah? It drives them up the fucking wall, and what they do is that they start acting in ways that they think, correctly, will attract the guy more. I.e., they are flirtier, they are better in the sack, they are more enthusiastic. They will do whatever the fuck you want because they sense that you do not really want them, that you do not take them seriously. And if they, leave your life, you're going to forget them. And that, paradoxically, is the power that you can have over women. And that's the power that you, as a middling guy, need to learn, okay? You need to learn this shit. Because the more you dismiss women of not really desiring them, the more they will come to you. Because they sense that. And the more you chase after girls, the more they run away. That's the nature of them. And so this shiksas are for practice lesson, right? It's not really for the top tier guys. Because they know this instinctively. And it's not for the bottom tier guys, the guys at the very bottom, because they are so fucking ugly or socially inept that no woman will ever be interested in them, okay? And there's always going to be that group at the bottom. Just as there will always be poor people on this earth, there will always be poor guys who are at the very bottom of the sexual hierarchy who will never get laid, who will never have a woman. And if they are lucky enough to get one, they better fucking hold on to them with 2 hands. No, I'm not talking to either of those 2 extremes. I'm talking about the vast middle. That vast middle that presumably you might happen to be. I mean, hand to heart. I mean, I'm not shitting on anybody. I'm just saying that there is a top, there is a very bottom, and there is a middle, and you might be in that middle. You have to internalize this lesson of, I don't really care about this girl because she's not who I see myself with. You internalize this lesson and they will come to you. You know, the funny thing is that a lot of guys don't believe this. They just do not believe this, okay? The guys who are sort of like in the lower middling positions, right? The guys who are almost perennial incels, yeah, those guys do not believe this truth, but you who are a little bit higher up in that middling section, right? You will recognize that it is true, and the guys on the top, they know it's true. It is a fact that the more discriminatory you are insofar as women in your life, the more women will want you. And you have to internalize this. And it's not that you're pretending to believe it. No, you really have to believe it. You have to find that quality in a woman that for you is perfect for what you want long term, okay? It doesn't matter what it is. It could be something fucking trivial. You could like say, I don't know, you could say to yourself, you know, I only want women who are above the, you know, I don't know, 5'8". I'm just making something up, okay? And any girl under 5'8", no matter how hot or attractive, she's just not a permanent girl for me. She's just, you know, a shiksa, right? No matter how arbitrary, but just pick that arbitrary limit, right? And you truly believe it, and you act as if you believe it, because you do believe it, right? If you truly internalize this belief that no girl under 5'7" is good enough for you, girls who are under 5'7" are going to flock to you like flies on shit, because they will know, they will sense it, and it will dig at them. Believe it. So always remember the mantra. You know, Jewish people are very wise. You know, they've been around for, what, 6,000 years or whatever the fuck, right? They are a wise people. Yeah? And that wisdom has stood them in good stead over the millennia plural. Yeah? Yeah. Shiksas are for practice. Learn that mantra and apply it in your life. And then tell me how it goes.